Hey everybody, how you doing? I hope all is well. I'm just sitting here enjoying the day and just relaxing, creating my own reality, right? And this is what I try to share with people, the ability to create your own reality, right? You know, it's the middle of the day and I chose to come and sit in the jacuzzi, right? It's amazing because if I look around, I don't see anyone else in here, right? So the question is, why not? You know? Why not? Why not? Why aren't there other people enjoying a nice sunny day like this? Why aren't more people enjoying that, right? At the pool side, jacuzzi side. Why not? Why? You know, that's a question. Why aren't more people enjoying a nice day like this, sitting at the pool? Or, hey, Sister Tanya, how you doing? Hey, Sister LaQuina. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Let me know, okay? But why aren't people enjoying a nice sunny day poolside on a Thursday, right? And I would suggest it has something to do with how we have been programmed in this society to always think about doing this kind of thing on a Saturday, or doing it on a Sunday, or doing it on a holiday. That's how we've been programmed, right? We haven't been programmed to come out here in the middle of the day on Thursday and just hang out because we can. We have not been programmed that way, okay? Which is why I always try to show you guys another way, another reality, another way of living life. You know, this is possible. This is possible. It's definitely a mindset shift. It really is. You know, how come I can't enjoy this awesomeness and how come other people can't do it as well, right? It's a mindset shift because we're taught to go work for somebody else from the time we're 16, 17 years old, and we're supposed to work for them Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And we're supposed to do that until we're, 65 years old? And they keep increasing the time, the years on it anyway. But that's how we're brainwashed. And that's what we're taught in this society to do. So that's why I always tell people that I'm not only here to teach you stock options, but I'm also here to teach you a different way of thinking. It's a mindset shift, a paradigm shift, right? So you can start asking questions. Why not? Why can't I enjoy that? Right? And then when you start asking questions, then one of the books that Robert Kiyosaki wrote, Rich Dad Poor Dad, when you start asking questions, then you come up with potential solutions for the questions that you're asking. Right? Well, how come I can't enjoy that? Well, okay, well, maybe it's because, well, first of all, do I want to enjoy that? Let's keep it real. Because some people might not want to enjoy this at all. Some people might not want to enjoy this on a Thursday, right? Okay, fine. You know, that's one question to answer. Okay, if this ain't your bag, cool. But if it looks like something that you might want to do, then the next question is, well, how come I can't do it if I want to do it? That's a question. If I want to do something and I can't do it, that's a whole different question, because then it's like, why can't I do that? Why can't I enjoy that? What's stopping me from enjoying that I have identified I want to do, right? And now once you start asking those kind of questions, then you start addressing the reality of, well, where am I in my life, and where do I want to be? Because if you are as old as you are at this moment in time, and you can't enjoy something that you see that you want to do, that's something you need to work on, right? It's not, I ain't gonna call it a problem, but I'm gonna say that's something that you need to work on, right? Because why shouldn't you have all the stuff that you want? Why shouldn't you be able to go do something that you see like, you know what? I saw Dr. Kelly over there walking on the beach on a Tuesday morning, or she set up office on a Monday morning and stayed out there for 8 hours on the beach working from her laptop, making money. I like that idea. I want to do that. So then the question is, okay, why can't you? And then the next question is, well, what can you do so that you can start putting yourself in a position to do the things that you have identified that you want to do? That's the next step. But you got to be willing to challenge your mindset, challenge where you are. You have to be willing to put yourself in a different mindset so you can start asking the right questions so you can get to where you want to be. You know, all I do is try to show what's possible. You know, that's all I'm trying to do. This is possible. It is. Now, y'all know that I went to school. I did the brainwashing. I went to school. I got a good education so I could get a good job. I did what I was supposed to do. But one thing I had to finally realize and accept about myself is I am psychologically unemployable. I'm not a good employee. I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. And I finally had to realize, okay, that's a square peg trying to be pushed into a round hole. You're not good working for other people. So if I'm not good at that, now some people are great employees. I'm not one of them, okay? But if that's how you realize who you are, then you need to start doing stuff to make a difference, make a change, okay? So I started going on a path so I can be like, okay, I don't want to do this forever. I don't want to work for somebody forever. And I need to do something different. So I had to figure out and learn some new things. I had to, you know how they keep saying, invest in yourself. Okay, well, what does that really mean? Well, for me, it meant going to some seminars. For me, it meant reading some books. For me, it meant learning some new skill sets, which meant I had to pay somebody to teach me how to do something that I did not know how to do. And then I had to be willing to practice that thing that I didn't know how to do, but I paid somebody to teach me how to do it. And then I had to be willing to dig and dig and dig and dig so I can get good at that thing. And then once I got good at it, because I was committed to it, because I wasn't committed to working till I was 65, I'm definitely not committed to that, because I realized who I was and what was good for me and what didn't fit with me. Okay, so once I got committed to getting good at that thing, then it's just, life just opened up. And I was able to create my own realities, right? I was able to do that. I was able to live a new life. And that I'm so happy, right, that I can do that. I just want to show people what else is possible. Because you can do this too if you want. But that goes back to what I was saying before. What do you want? Who are you? Those are some questions you got to analyze and come to some serious facts and truth about. You know? I remember my first job was at Sizzler when I was at UCLA. I think I probably lasted at Sizzler for 2 weeks. Okay. All right, cool. I'm in school at UCLA. Okay, I'm going, let me get a side job. And then I got a job at the bookstore at UCLA. Okay, cool. That was cool. Didn't last there. I lasted there longer than 2 weeks. I probably did maybe 9 months, maybe. I think I did pretty good, you know, because they're cool with student schedules and they're cool with students, you know, doing student things, you know. But then I went on to working at FedEx, and that was a good job. That's a good job. I could have stayed there and be, you know, employee number. I don't remember what my employee number was, but if I had stayed there, I would have had a really good employee number, right, compared to now, right? But it didn't work for me. It didn't work, you know. And then I went on to teaching and all the other stuff in between, and, you know, counselor at a home for locked up kids, and then I became a probation officer and all that kind of stuff, you know. But ultimately, I knew that wasn't going to work for me, you know. I tried it. I did. I tried to be a good employee. I promise. I told my mom and dad, I'm trying, but this stuff is just... So anyway, here we are now. We live in the information age, okay? People want to get information. People want to be in a position. People want to know that there's other possibilities, right? And I'm blessed enough to be able to share with people what is possible, right? And that's all I'm trying to do. You know, but I was just sitting here enjoying this because yesterday I went to my chiropractor and I got a massage and a chiropractic adjustment, right? So now I'm all sore, you know, because they gave me a damn good massage, right? So now I'm all sore and I'm like, dang, I need to go sit in the jacuzzi. Oh, I can. I don't have to even go to the spa way down there in Fullerton. I can come right here and just go to the spa. And this one here, this little jacuzzi here, right? And just enjoy. So I did. And I'm here. And I just had to look around. And I'm like, ain't nobody out here? I'm the only one out here? And that's when I started thinking to myself, why am I the only one out here? How come other people are enjoying this amazing day? And then you have to get with the reality of people aren't trained to enjoy amazing days by sitting in the jacuzzi on a Thursday. That's not the training manual. The training manual is you may enjoy those kind of days on a Saturday, Sunday, or a holiday, but you may not enjoy those on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or maybe Friday either. Sometimes they give you Friday off, and so we can do it on Fridays, right? So anyway, I just started kind of thinking about that, and I was like, let me share and talk about this, because this is a very interesting idea, very interesting concept, right? So now that I started addressing that, I was like, let me help people see things from a different perspective, you know? Let me just show what's possible once again. This ain't nothing big. It ain't nothing expensive. It's just the possibility of I can come down here and just enjoy as long as I want to in this jacuzzi. Why? Because I have a skill set that I learned. I paid somebody to teach it to me because I wanted to do something different. I paid somebody to teach it to me. I grabbed a hold of it. I sunk my teeth in it. And it's been on and cracking ever since. And now, here we are, 3.5 years later. Now, of course, I learned about options 25 when I was 25. But at that point, I mean, I couldn't pay nobody $25,000 to teach me. And it wasn't nobody that looked like me that taught me, that could teach, okay? So now, fast forward, and 3.5 years ago, or 3.5 years ago, maybe 4, I found somebody that looked like me who could teach me. Okay, all right, now we talking, okay? And then I realized, oh, this is it. This is the answer. This is the answer. Because I can take this cell phone right here, push buttons, and make money with this thing right here. Okay, how do I get good at that? Sold, finished, auction is over, sold to Dr. Kelly, for however much the class costs. And now here I am after working hard. And what I mean working hard, I mean trying to figure out and get good at that skill, right? Because it just don't come to you just because you took the class. It doesn't. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the work. You have to go in like every single day, putting in hour, maybe half an hour every single day. That's what I tell my clients, at least half an hour every single day, okay? If you want to get good at it. I can teach you what to do because I'm good at that. I'm a teacher. I am a teacher, okay? I got 2 master's degrees in education and a PhD in education. I know how to teach. I am good. That's my God-given talent, okay? So I can teach you how to do it, but if you don't take what I teach and practice, sprinkle on some time, practice, sprinkle on some more time, practice, then how can you get good and be in a position where you want to be where you want to be? How committed are you? I was very committed. I was hungry because I said I can't do this thing till 65, teaching, working for somebody else. As much as I love teaching, I can't do the working thing till I'm 65. So I had to figure out something. And when this came up, I was like, that's it right there. Because I can define my own reality. I can define my own reality on a Thursday and decide whatever it is I want to do. I can do that on a Thursday. I don't have to wait till Friday. I don't have to wait till a holiday. Okay? So my thing is, how can I share this with more people? How can I lead people to this kind of freedom, this kind of empowerment? The empowerment to decide for yourself on a Thursday what you want to do as opposed to doing what they say we're supposed to do, right? Shoot, I remember days where I had to get up and go to work and drive an hour and a half to Indio to work at the juvenile hall teaching kids and drive an hour and a half back. I did that, okay? At that point in my life, I couldn't make a decision to be like, it's Thursday. I just want to go get in the jacuzzi. I couldn't have done that. Right? Because I still had the brainwashing. I still had that mindset, that old mindset of Well, that's how you make money, is you go and put your body in a place, and then once you put your body in that place for a certain amount of time, then they'll give you compensation. That was the only way I knew how to make money, because that's all I was taught. That's all we're all taught, because it's a system to keep us in it, right? So when I started figuring out, wait a minute, there's a back door, there's a way to get out of this, there's another way of being, let me go check on that. You know, it's funny, I was talking to Sean yesterday, and I was telling her, I said, you made a really good analogy when she and I were talking like a month ago, and she said that she's always thought about like sitting somewhere, like in a bus or a plane or whatever, sitting somewhere and looking out the window with like her and her children there, and looking out the window and saying, man, I wanna live like they do, right? I wanna live like them. How come, you know, wow, okay, I wanna live like them, but I can't, so I'm gonna go ahead and just sit here where I am. You know, and then she said, but you're the person that was sitting behind me, and you were like, how the hell I get up out of here? If they can live like that, I want to live like that too. How the hell do I get out of this room and get into that room? She said, you're the kind of person that thinks like that. And she's right, I am. Once again, square peg, round hole. Why do I have to be in this room? How come I can't be in that room? Questions, always asking questions. Cool. Okay, so I can be in that room. Mindset shift. How do I get out of this room and get into that room? Because I like what I see over there. Because they shouldn't be the only ones enjoying that room over there, right? So I started asking myself questions of how. And then I started exploring, okay? Again, how? I went to seminars. I read books. I got on the internet, or I just started figuring stuff out, right? Get on the internet and just go down the rabbit hole of, well, what's this? How do you do that? You know, my Amazon e-commerce, right? Something I started with $800 and turned into 6 figures in 14 months, okay? You figure some stuff out, right? And then when you realize what's possible, then you start going down many rabbit holes until you find the one that is it for you. But if you stay in that chair, in that seat, in that room, and never think that there's a possibility for you to get over there, then the brainwashing was successful. And you have to stay where they told you to stay. Work here till you're 65, and then you can go ahead and retire, and we're going to hand you some peanuts, and hopefully you can live off of that. Good luck. You know? And I was just like, I just can't do it. So that's my story, and I want to share it with people, because I think everybody should be empowered to have the power to live their own reality, I think everybody should be able to do that, okay? As opposed to the life they tell us we have to live. I was just never one to go with somebody. Is it hot? That thing is hot. Is it hot? How hot is it, Mom? Let me see. You know what I mean? That's always how I've been, right? So I've always questioned things, right? Praise God, I'm still here, because I've asked some crazy questions, but it's a blessing to be here and to be able to show people this is how hot it is, or this is how hot it was for me. But in so doing, I learned another way of doing something, and now I'm in a position where I can teach you guys how to do that as well. So you can see, well, they said it was hot, but they only said it to keep me in this seat right here and keep looking out the window and saying they got a better life. That was that hot. Okay? And they got me for a good part of my life. They got me. But for the next X many years, oh, baby, it's my life. Okay? It's how I want to live it. It's how I choose to live it, right? It's on my terms. And by having that skill set that I paid somebody to teach me how to do, that is what freed me to the point where I can do this. And I just want to show other people what's possible. So, anyway, I hope y'all have an amazing Thursday. Think about where you want to be. Think about where you are now. Think about where you want to be in the future. 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And if that's where you want to be, make sure that you are equipping yourself with the tools the skill set, the mind shift to get to where you want to be, in the future. But you got to do some digging. And it's going to take more than getting up, going to work, working for somebody else, coming home after they say we can come home, after we ask them, can I go take a pee break? Can I get off work to da-da-da-da, and come home and you're tired, and now what do? You go straight to bed, you eat and go to bed? Or do you eat and study something so that you can learn something, so that in a couple more days, months, years, you can be in a position that you decide where you want to be. You are now empowered. It just starts with a decision and asking some questions. It really does, you know? So anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Blessings to you. I look forward to chatting with y'all soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.